Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Rejuvenation. So, before we get onto this part of Rejuvenation, I want to say that I'm very sorry I haven't updated the timestamps that's supposed to be in the description of each video under the important moments portion. I just haven't updated them in like the last 5 videos. Life has been pretty busy. You know, usually around the holidays, life is supposed to chillax for you. You're supposed to be able to catch up on your sleep, relax, and just do whatever, but that has not been the case. I've been dealing with family and other important issues in my life, and it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. Or more like somebody took a brick out of the house and just slapped me across the face back and forth with it, but that's a little dark. So anyways, I'm sorry about that. I've also been kind of working on some other videos, but who knows when I'll get to put those out. Someone asked me a couple episodes ago if I could make a video on troubleshooting, and I'm still making that, but you'll just have to see it when it comes out. And there's something much larger that I've been working on for who knows how long. School and family and other things have kind of gotten in the way of that, but you'll see that eventually, hopefully, too. Aside from that, welcome back to Rejuvenation, and on the last part, Amber got kidnapped by Team Zen, and Tesla chased off after her. And as usual, like the good person that we are, we're not going to help immediately. We're going to attend to our own goals and just kind of forget that they have their own things going on. But first off, I want to point something out that I didn't point out earlier. So if we come back here in the spa... Oh, a customer. Hello. Welcome to Telia Resort Salon, where we pamper you and your Pokemon. We have a variety of deals that cater to you, the customer. So all these will raise friendship with your Pokemon if you grab them. And this one actually gives you like 3 revives, I believe. So that's not bad considering a revive costs like, what, 1,500? So I'm just going to use this right now. Oh my gosh, your skin is practically gleaming. I'm so jealous. With this package, you also receive these complimentary items. So, oh yeah, and you also get fresh waters, which are kind of useless in this game. I don't think in the main games they restore as much HP as they restore in these games. Like, they really kind of lowered it. It's definitely worth it, and so even if you don't have a Pokemon that requires friendship to evolve, I recommend grabbing this. It's only once a day, but still, it's totally worth it. So anyways, with that, we are going to go off and start side questing. And the side quest that I want to tend to is all the way over in Golden Leaf Town. So we're going to make the very long trek over there. And if you come over here to the yacht, Melia and Venam are over there, so we're gonna have to go back to the Zen battleship to get back to Giran for now. That's fine. Also, something I want to point out while we're still here in Golden Leaf Town. Truck Guy is actually pretty happy being in Golden Leaf Town now. People around here ain't so bad. Yeah, I don't want to go around anywhere else. So from here, we actually want to go to the right of it and onto Route 3. And I'm just going to spray some repels right here. But we actually want to come here to River's End again. So we've been here before, however, if we come here this time and come to this house over here and try to enter it. And what do you think you're doing? Do you just try to walk into every house you come across? It's not that I'm surprised that you tried to walk into my home, but that doesn't mean I can't feel uncomfortable by it, you know? Hey, what's that badge you have there? Is that the Poison Heart badge? Well, I'll be. That's my daughter's badge. The name's Matthew Vaisel. Are you good friends with my daughter, Veronica? Why are you out here? Isn't it obvious? I'm living out here in undocumented territory. You've seen your map, haven't you? There's nothing telling you about this place. If no one knows I'm here, that means I can get away with anything. Say, are you busy right now? No. That's great to hear. I'm going to need your help with something crucial. I want you to meet me in my lab. You might have seen the building. It's exactly west of this point. But you can only get there by this little train I bought. I have it that way so that random trainers like you don't just waltz right in. Well, that was interesting. And here it is. Here is his lab. So, let's see what he has to say. Welcome. It's just come to my attention that I haven't asked for your name yet. So Icy is your name then, yes? Icy, have you heard about the attack Golden Leaf Town suffered through? To specify, I'm not talking about the radio tower per se. I'm talking about the attack Team Zen constructed. Well, whether or not you've heard about it or not, it happened. During this attack, Team Zen opened up a secret laboratory hidden beneath the radio tower. A laboratory that seems to not have been touched in many years. I actually went down there earlier to see things for myself. The place was mostly torn down and empty, but there was one room that piqued my interest. On the lowest level, there was a hallway that was inaccessible. There was a large gate that prevented anyone from getting past that point. Called a hunch, but I think there may be something past that room. Now, where do you come in then? Why do I need your help? Well, there also seemed to be some parts of the lab that I myself could not reach. It required a Pokemon with Surf, and I know what you're thinking. How would it be possible for me to be in this area without a Pokemon with Surf? Making small boats with the wood in this area is quite effective. Anyway, I would like you to go down there and investigate the areas I could not reach. I don't know if this will help you or not, but I found it while looking around. Good luck to you, Icy. We're gonna need it. So, anyways, you heard the man. Off to the Wispy Tower we go. Alright, here we are at the Wispy Tower, and as soon as we enter, we're gonna meet somebody. Tony, that's you behind me, I swear. You know I don't like being... Oh, it's just the outsider. I mean Icy. Sorry. Don't mind me. I was just paying my respects to the people that died here. Narcissa said that we should keep this lab opened as a reminder. But is that really okay? I mean, anyone could just wander in there and do as they please. But I guess that doesn't really concern Narcissa, huh? Listen, Icy. I gotta apologize to you for what we did. I used to come here when I was little. I was told about what happened with the tower. Naturally, that story would scare any child, but I took it a step forward and imagined myself in that situation. I thought that if I inserted myself into that situation, I would understand and realize the despair that these people felt. I grew angry towards outsiders and people of that sort. That I acted like I was actually here the day the tower burned down. But that wasn't the case. If anything, I disrespected the lives lost here. I acted like it was my problem, even though I had nothing to do with it. I think that's what Narcissa was trying to show us with her play. So, even though I don't exactly forgive outsiders for what they've done, I refuse to live in the past any longer. I want to move forward. So please, take this as my apology. I found these while rummaging through the rubble down in the lab. It looks somewhat important, so I took them with me. You know, that makes it somewhat less of an apology when you think about it. It's kind of like, here, I found this random item, I don't know what it does, but here, please forgive me. So that's that. See you later, Icy. You're welcome here anytime. But that is a pretty sweet cutscene, nevertheless. So anyways, down here in the Forsaken Laboratory, I actually want to go down to the bottom floor first, because I forgot something the last time we were here. There's an ability capsule down here, if you check on the right side, and I completely forgot about that. Or maybe I did show that off, I'm not really sure. I'm just making sure that I clear that up now. But what we're really here for is over here on the left side. So one thing I want to make clear is if you go to the side, your first thought is, okay, there's water here, we have surf. Free items must be over here. No! You surf over here, and you run around, there is absolutely nothing in this area for you. However, if we come to this end instead, and surf over here, we can open that gate with the key we received from Matthew, and here is a new hidden room. So, that's neat. Shadow red among the old, a light so bright will make it gold. Align the pieces to undo its fold. Reward very great, you will be sold. And that is a pretty neat riddle as well. It looks like an old crest of some sort. Doesn't look like you can do anything with it from this angle. Well, that's a shame. If we move to the back, it seems to be a crest of some sort. There's no jewel in the middle of it. Shine a light through the crest. And you can do this if you have Flash or Dazzling Gleam on your team. So with that, we're completely done with this room. We just have to surf out of here, and if we enter the middle room, right here, seems to be a panel in the middle of this crest. Seems like the pieces of the panel are scrambled. And we are presented with a puzzle. So this is pretty easy. These pieces right here go into the middle to form the diamond. If the corner pieces right here, that will obviously go into the corner. And then you have these pieces right here that go on the top and the bottom, and that goes right there actually. And then of course you have these pieces which go on the sides, and they have this thin little piece that goes in towards the center. And there we have it. And with that, the path will be open. And he's here. Wait up a second, Icy. It looks like you were able to open up this hallway then. I knew you'd have what it takes, since I saw you with my daughter's badge. I'm sorry, man, but she's only the first gym leader. She's pretty weak. Speaking of Veronica, how is she doing? I don't like this guy. You know, he could have asked that much earlier, but now he's going to ask it. I haven't been able to see her much, ever since I was banned from entering Giran. It's been a little tough, but I think it was for the best. Well, we can always catch up on Veronica later. Let's see what's in store for us. This place just looks like an empty closet or something. There has to be something of note back here. Surely. Oh? Perhaps there's something here after all. It seems to be a strange type of custom Pokeball. It doesn't seem like it wants to open. Actually, taking a second look at this, it seems like this Pokeball is actually quite damaged. Wonder, this happens to be a corrupted Pokeball. If that's the case, then there may be a Pokemon inside of this thing. Quickly, I see. Let's head back to my lab. We can closely observe the contents of this Pokemon while we're there. And he does not give us a choice. This isn't looking good. It seems like this Pokeball has received numerous amounts of beatings over the years. The rust around the edges suggests that this Pokeball has been submerged in water at one point. Not only that, but it seems like the Pokeball itself has aged quite a bit. Fortunately, I don't think there's much we can do with this considering my current equipment. However, if we were to somehow make my equipment better, we could do something. I know I've already asked you to help me before. I believe it is our duty to save this Pokemon. If you would help me out just one more time, I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to retrieve the data inside of this Pokeball. We're going to need to gather some items. Let's start off with the easy things to take care of. We're going to need one regular Pokeball. Anything else won't do the job. We're going to need this in order to transfer the Pokemon from inside this ball into the new Pokeball. Secondly, we're going to need an upgrade. This will be slightly harder to find. And lastly, we're going to need some magnet powder. You're not going to find this in the Avium region. We'd have to import it from the Reborn region, but that's a lot of money I don't have. So we're going to have to go the cheaper way and find a magnet. Once you do, I'll grind it up into powder and we can use that as a substitute. Gathering those items will be a little difficult, but I have faith you'll pull through. Good luck to you, Icy. Well, actually, we have those items. So the Pokeball is something you can buy. The upgrade is something that you could get in Crawley's Ranger headquarters. And the magnet is something you would have received by showing the Zebstrika to the painter guy on Route 2. Could it be? You have all the items necessary! This is great news. Let's get started on the recovery process, shall we? All I have to do now is take the magnet and grind it down into powder. Then I have to take the upgrade and use that there. Now to transfer the data from the old Pokeball into the new one. And Eureka! The data has successfully been transferred over. Now, to see what's inside of this Pokeball. Aren't you excited about this? Come on out, whoever you are. What in the world was that? It went crazy the moment I took it out of its ball. I've never even seen a Pokemon like that in my life. And now, it looks like it's run off somewhere. Maybe it went back to the place we found it? So of course, that is our cue to go back to the Wispy Tower and find that Pokemon. So back here in the basement of the Wispy Tower, outside of the rooms that we opened earlier, if we make our way to this patch of grass and we make our way into this section right here, we will encounter Type Null. So for Type Null, you probably want to bulk up on Pokeballs. This thing is really hard to catch. And I'm just going to weaken this a little bit with my Blaziken. I actually bought a ton, if I can get to them, ton of friend balls for this. They are now sold in the Pokeball Emporium in Giron City, and they sell for like 300 Pokedollars each. It's really, really cheap. So I bought a ton of these and some timer balls, and that's how I plan on catching this. Hopefully I can get it in a friend ball, but if it gives me too much trouble, then I'll just catch it in a timer ball and accept that. Because this thing's catch rate is incredibly low. So, as such, I will spare you the horrors of having to watch me capture this. Trust me, it's going to take forever. So, I'll catch you in a bit when I finally catch this. Alright, well, that took absolutely forever. Due to the danger that the synthetic Pokemon may go on a rampage, it wears a control mask to restrain its power. Yeah, that's nice. You caught Tight Null. You should go tell Matthew about your success. Yeah, that's right, we should. So anyways, this means going back to River's End and talking to Matthew again. And would you look at that! Apparently it took us so long to catch Type Null that he got tired and went back to his house, but not really, he'll be here no matter what. I see! Did you happen to come across that weird Pokemon? I see. That Pokemon you have in your Pokedex. Pokemon inside that Pokeball is called Tight Null. Perhaps I have heard of this Pokemon before. Please, come inside. I'll tell you more about Tight Null inside. Alright. Please excuse the sorry as hell living space. It's not exactly Grand Dream City, but it's what I like to call home. Now, about that Tight Null of yours. It was created by an organization called the Aether Foundation. President Lusamine created Tight Null in the depths of her establishment. That's not the only thing Lusamine was involved in, but we'll save that for later. Supposedly, there were only 3 Tight Null ever created, but all 3 Tight Null have been taken into custody by one trainer or another. For there to be more Tight Null out there concerns me greatly. If only he knew. It's possible that Team Zen created a few Tight Null for their own personal gain. That being said, I think you're capable of taking care of this Tight Null. No? I mean, after all, you do have my daughter's badge, and that's one tough cookie to beat. Yeah, that's one tough cookie for a first gym leader. I think I'm going to head back to the Forsaken Laboratory. Maybe I'll be able to find out more about Type Null there. Come and see me whenever you make that Type Null truly love you. You'll know what I mean when that happens. So what he means is that when you get its affection up enough to evolve it into Savali, which is why I recommended capturing it in a friend ball, because not only are those cheap, trust me, they're very cheap. I threw like 50 of those to catch it. It's actually about 46 or so. But besides that, what he means also is that if you go see him when it's turned into a Savali, he will give you the poison memory. We also already have the bug memory, which we got from Crawley's gym, so that's 2 somewhat decent memories. But besides that, let's go ahead and snoop into his journals. Seems to be very old journals written by Matthew. Read the journals. Today is March 26. My lovely baby daughter was born. We were trying to figure out a name for her. Chastity wanted to name her Veronica. I, on the other hand, wanted to name her Hell on Earth. But I guess Veronica is fine. My old buddy from middle school, Jenner, came over to see Veronica. Jenner was so not meant for kids. He couldn't even hold Veronica properly. Eventually, both of them ended up bawling like babies, though. I think Jenner was louder. I heard Tesla just had a baby a few weeks ago. Maybe we should have some sort of party? Veronica turned 5 today. It's been 5 long years of crying and screaming. Well, she better get in line because I've been crying and screaming for 32 years. Amber and Veronica get along pretty well, though I think Tesla's spoiling Amber. I know she hasn't exactly had the time of her life, but spoiling Amber may, complicate things. And that completely skipped that line of text. I really don't like it when this game does that. But a corporation is sending their branch to Giran City. Mr. Blakery is sending her niece to live in Giran City. I don't think Mr. Blakery is a her. Let's try that again. Mr. Blakery is sending his niece to live in Giran City. I think her name was Saki. Hopefully Amber and Veronica will get along well with her. They could use some balance in their friendship. Veronica is going to turn 7 in a few days. Tesla told me that we should throw something for her. I'm sure Saki and Amber would like it as well. I know Veronica has been really into music lately. I think I'm to blame for that. Maybe Chastity and I could get out our old band equipment and let Veronica and her friends use it? Maddie told me that this was a terrible idea, and Cass told me they'd just break it. Maybe they're right. I think the memory of my daughter being happy pays the price for broken equipment. Alright, so this should be about where things really start to get serious. So, break out the Kleenexes. Here we go. Disaster has struck. During Veronica's play session, our equipment mysteriously caught fire. We tried to put it out, but this fire was something I've never seen before. The children were terrified, but I was able to get them out quickly. Unfortunately, by the time we all got them out, the whole building was ablaze. The fire was so dangerous, so fast, so destructive, it spread to other buildings in the vicinity. Never in my life have I seen a fire of this magnitude. Well, maybe you should take a trip to California. It almost felt unnatural. While I got my family and my friends out of the city, I noticed something in the corner of my eye. The lab was completely on fire. Jenner, Maddie, and Cass were still in there. I have no idea how things got this bad, this fast, but I don't know. The result of the fire was absolutely catastrophic. Half of Giran City had burned down. Many lives were lost. And I believe at that point he was saying how he hadn't seen Jenner, Maddie, and Cass in days. I'm fearing they did not make it. The city council found the origin of the fire, and they're deciding on what to do with us. Tesla, Chastity, and myself are all in a state of panic. I think I must make a difficult decision. I decided that I'd take the blame for the fire, and that I would take full punishment. That was the plan. But it seems like they found something that belonged to Amber. It was a small metal box, filled with pictures and movies from the party. For some odd and unexplainable reason, the box was completely untouched. It survived the extremely high temps and the debris from the room collapsing. Nevertheless, it belonged to Amber, and so she was blamed for the incident along with myself. We were both asked to leave the city indefinitely. They told a 7-year-old girl that they were no longer allowed to stay here anymore. The whole council agreed to these terms. We thought it'd be best for the kids if we separated them after this traumatic event. Saki went to live in West Giran City with her folks. Tesla took Amber to live on Terrajuman Island. Veronica stayed with Chastity in East Giran City. As for myself, well, I don't know where I'm going, but I must go. I don't want to pull Veronica away from her home. Not because of me. I was able to save her future by tarnishing mine. I think that was the best case scenario. I love her so much. I love both of them so much. I hope Veronica won't hate me the next time I see her. That's all. Been a few years since I've written this thing. Everything has been so different since that day, but life moves on. Veronica turned 12 the other day. I wrote her a letter. Hope she doesn't rip it up. Something I never mentioned was that Jenner and the rest were A-OK. Jenner told me that they left early that day, but his voice didn't sound so sure. Whatever, hearing my best bro's voice was all I could ever hope for. Jenner even has a daughter now, apparently. I think her name was Melia or something. Jenner told me Melia was about 9 or 10. Obviously, Melia's adopted, but she looks so much like Jenner anyway. Chastity told me that they refrained from telling the children that she's adopted for their own personal reasons. I guess Jenner felt lonely after his only friend moved away from him. I mean, that's the reason I'm assuming he adopted Melia. As for Tesla and Amber, I heard Tesla opened up her very own resort in Town. Town was this really boring town with a low population anyway. Maybe I'll go visit her and Amber someday. Or maybe that might be too awkward. Anyway, I think this will be my last journal entry. So to you snooping through my journal, I'll bid you a good day. Such a cheery guy. And that is just a lot of backstory information right there. And we're about to get more with this one. My expedition for new lands. On my journey to find a new home, it seems that I've come across uncharted territory. Since no one knows this place is here, to my knowledge this will be a suitable place to live out my days. I don't have a name for this place yet, but it actually reminds me of that place Jenner and I found behind Sheerden. If I remember correctly, that place was uncharted territory as well. We named it Covey Cove, and I can already hear my wife Chastity sighing. So, I think I'm going to go for a more serious name. But for now, I'll just name it Cozy Homie. Cozy with an E because I said so. So I actually revisited Cozy Covey a few weeks ago. The geographical similarities are uncanny. I find it very hard to believe that these two places aren't connected at all. I'm inclined to believe that these two places are pieces of one whole area. I drew out the layout of each, and it looks like there used to be a estuary present in Cozy Covey. It would flow out into an actual river, and it would go all the way down here to Cozy Homie. And because of that, I think I'm going to name this place River's End. Suitable name, right? This used to be the end of a river. River's End? Right. Well, I'm glad we got that settled. That's all I'm going to write here. Thanks for reading. And with that, we are done here with our side quest here in River's End and in the Wispy Tower. But I believe there is something that I've been forgetting for a very long time now. Something that we need to handle. Something back in Kokori Village. It's time to head there and see what that something is. Here in Kokori Village, for the longest time, I put off the final help request here in the Help Center, which was Battle Me Once More. Looking for a talented trainer with a well-trained team. So, I'd just like to say that I'd rather have someone named Icy battle me. And if you are Icy and reading this, hello, and please accept this request. I'll be by Valor Shore. Don't keep me waiting. So, you heard her. The reason why we put this off was because our team was pretty over-leveled compared to our previous level cap, and I wanted our team to sort of get up there before taking her on. You can't take her on immediately as soon as you get to Kokori Village anyway, since you need to unlock Valor Shore, but either way, it's a long time overdue, and it's time to deal with her. Alright, so here we are, on Valor Shore, on the Ashen Beach Field, and let's talk to Novae. I see! You accepted my help request, didn't you? I'm sorry that I was so forward with my request. I just didn't want to battle anyone else. I didn't even know if you were on Terrajuma, but I thought I'd give it a shot anyway. Looks like the stars do shine over me after all. Well, let's get started. Good luck and try your best. And we're going to have to, aren't we? So before we even get started, I should mention, my team got trained up to level 50, the maximum level. I felt at this point in the story that it was inevitable that we are going to reach this anyways, and that we kind of stalled and delayed it enough. So I just went ahead and took care of it. So at this point, Novae shouldn't be that much trouble for us, right? So, Novae's team. She starts off with a Toucannon, which is level 45. It has the Yache berry, which is the berry that reduces the damage taken from super effective ice-type attacks. Has Beak Blast, Roost, Volt Seed, Rock Blast, Skill Link for an ability, and a Careful Nature, so it's kind of bulky. I'm just going to go ahead and try to hit it with a Gunk Shot, which is not a contact move, so I won't get burned from the Beak Blast. And hopefully I can just knock this out in a couple hits. And that was all I really wanted. So next up is Lycanroc. So I'll go ahead and send out a Mungus on this one. So Lycanroc is holding a Focus Sash as Stone Edge, Crunch, Accelerock, Sword Stance, and Keen Eye, I believe. So it's going to try to set up on me. And that really doesn't matter, so I'll take it down to almost its Sash, and then just knock it out right here. Even if that Stone Edge connected, this isn't a Mungus, okay? It would have taken that pretty easily. Next up is Vikavolt. So I'll send in my Sturdy Please. Vikavolt over there is holding a Sitrus berry, has Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, Air Slash, and Roost, has Levitate, has Modest Nature. I'm just going to hit it with a couple Rock Tombs. Not the greatest attack, but I should be able to two-shot it. Vikavolt is crazy strong, as you can see by the damage it did to my Golem. It's not a Graveler anymore. So one more Rock Tomb and that should knock it out. Next up is Tsareena, and I'll just send in Blaziken. So Tsareena is holding the Assault Vest, so it has a boost in special defense right there. It has Trop Kick, Knock Off, Play Rough, and Power Whip, Adamant Nature, and Queenly Majesty for an ability. If I really wanted to, I could set up on the Tsareena and just sweep her team, but that'd be no fun. Next up is going to be the Palossand, so I'm going to switch into my Muck again. Palossand is holding the leftovers. It has Shadow Ball, Shore Up, Earth Power, Giga Drain, Water Compaction for an ability, and a Modest Nature. So I'm just going to knock those leftovers off. And she's going to knock me out with Earth Power, or she should, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And I'll just let Amoonguss finish this. So the bad news is, on this field, Trop actually heals you for 75% of your HP, which is kind of annoying. So she might try to stall me out here. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, this might take a while. I'm just gonna cut this out, and I'll talk to you as soon as I take this thing out. That's finally the Palossand gone, and finally, her last Pokemon, her ace, is the Passimian, level 50, our current level cap. I think this goes to show why I did not want to fight her before when our level cap was only 45. It's holding a Sitrus Berry that has Iron Head, Close Combat, Brutal Swing, and Bulk Up as moves, with Defiant as an ability, and a Jolly Nature. So I'm just going to go ahead and Toxic it. It might try to set up on my face, but that's fine with me. So, since I have Clear Smog, I can just hit this with a Clear Smog. Hopefully I don't get flinched. And that removes the stat changes from its bulk up. So that's pretty cool. I think people underestimate how amazing Amoonguss really is. I mean, there's a reason it's in the Pokemon Virtual Championships so often. So I'm just going to Giga Drain that and heal up a little bit. Trigger the Sitrus Berry, that's fine. And I'll just let her take my Amoonguss out, if she can. And such is fate. No luck for me this time too. I wish I was a better trainer. AVM is so much different than Alola in many ways. Conversely, it's also very similar. Hey, I'll tell you another thing about me, Icy. I came to this region with 5 other family members. I left them in order to become stronger myself, so I don't know where they are at the moment. I think I might disappear for a little bit. I won't be around, but don't forget about me. Goodbye, Icy. As sad as that may be, I am a heartless monster and I only care about rewards, so we're going back to the help center immediately and we're going to see just what she left for us there. Oh, back here at the help center. You've completed the Battle Me Once More help request. Here's your reward. A little bit of money, some max repels, reverse candies, super potions. Thank you for helping. Wow! You did all of the help request! I'm shocked. As a token of our gratitude, we're pleased to announce that we'll be granting you access to our Safari Zone garden. You can reach this area by entering the Safari Zone and surfing east off the beach. We hear you can catch rare Pokemon like Magnemite there. Alongside that, we'd like to give you this TM. You 4-star hand. Sorry, but I'll be taking that. Huh, sorry about that. I deserve this more than you do. I told Crawley we should have checked out that room. I'm sorry, but it's out of our hands now. If you want the reward, you'll have to go and get it. Think of it as your final test for Kokorie's help request. Chase Team AA help request accepted. So you might want to make sure that you healed up your team after taking on Novae, and we're going to come down here. This was yet another reason to wait to take on Novae, because the Pokemon we're about to face off against now are also above our previous level cap, although they're not quite as difficult as Novae, but still. What are you doing here at this time? Haven't I told you about the risk of that? I'm sorry, but there was an extremely rare TM that I just had to grab while I could. Is that right? Well then, I think I'll call your endeavors worth it. Except, you forgot to lock the door behind you, and now someone's in here with us. Eep, that's Icy, the one who's been causing us a lot of trouble. Well, don't just stand there. Take care of them. Are you serious? You weren't able to defeat them? Fine, we'll retreat for now, but we'll be back. Retreat! Chase Team AA help request complete. And for that, we get to take these goodies. So there is the Charge Beam TM, and over here is a Center Key. And while we're at it, let's see what this guy has to say. Oh, you got the TM back. Take that as your reward. I'm sure you'll love it. Yeah, I'm sure I will too. Anyways, those center keys are actually really important for an area that we're going to be moving forward into sort of soon. But we'll talk about that later. Something else I need to mention is you remember Gyarados, or rather the Rift Gyarados, at the Goldenwood Forest. Well, opportunity has passed us. We will not be able to take that on anymore. Unfortunately. It just seems Crawley has completely lost all interest, or maybe somebody else came along and took care of it. Who knows? But that's something, unfortunately, I failed to keep track of, and it's just done for. We can't deal with it anymore. But regardless of that, I think we're going to be done for this part. This was a lot of backstory and just kind of catching up on things that we forgot to take care of previously, or rather things that we put off and waited to take care of. You know, it's always like that. There's always going to be something urgent in the story that you should be rushing off to take care of, but instead we decide we'll just go back and we'll enjoy ourselves. We'll take a little bit of time while people that have been kidnapped are probably being tortured and screaming while they wait for us to come rescue them. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Hope this helps. And if I do sound winded, I also should probably mention this is my second time recording this. Long story short, I had some audio issues. I might still have some audio issues. Part of it comes from the fact that I rearranged my rig, or my gaming rig, and so this might not sound as good as it does previously. I'm not really sure. Hope it still sounds okay, but if not, I'll figure it out. But as I was saying, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.